Today, we're going to look for one of my favourite animals. It's a snake. They get really big and they're really friendly, so we can get nice and close and have a good look. That's right, we're looking for a diamond python. We're here today in the Sydney sandstone because this is where they hang out. There's a lot of caves and crevices in the sandstone rock, and that's where they like to live. A lot of people live quite close to diamond pythons, but they'd never know. These snakes are nocturnal and very slow moving, so they're only out at night when people are inside. However, sometimes they'll come out and bask in the morning to warm up. And that's when we're gonna hopefully come across one. So let's get going. These snakes are found in the coastal regions of New South Wales. And although they can be found hanging around people's homes and gardens, today we're looking in the bush, which they love. I'm looking around any rocky outcrops, anywhere they might have slithered into and made their home for the night. Any snakes up here? Nah, no luck. Better keep looking. How about down here? No, nothing here. I feel like I've searched every corner of this patch. I'm starting to wonder where all the snakes have gone. Maybe on holiday, perhaps. Just when I'm about to give up, I think I've spotted something just over by that tree. We did it, we found one. Look at this. This is a really beautiful little diamond python. That is just gorgeous. Now, we had a bit of a cold night last night, so he's out here having a nice bask in a little patch of sunshine. And that will pick his body temperature up, and then he'll be able to go about his day when he's a bit warmer. Look at that. He is sitting here completely still because he's very cold. And you can see, look at the speed of his tongue. It's only very slow when it comes out. These snakes don't produce their own body heat, so they need to come out into the sun or sit on something like a nice warm rock to warm up, which is what he's doing now. These snakes, diamond pythons, are harmless. It's not showing any signs that it's distressed or threatened. Look, he just wants to have a nice sleep. Some people are very scared of snakes, but it's probably because they've never met a really nice one. You don't have to be scared of snakes, and really, they're very private creatures. They don't want anything to do with you. They don't want to bite anyone. They don't want to go near anyone. This little python, he's big enough to eat small rodents like a rat or a mouse, or he'd probably eat a small bird, or if he found a nice big lizard, he'd probably eat him too. But when they're smaller, they only eat lizards and frogs. And when they get really big, this one's probably medium-sized, a really big diamond python will eat a whole possum. Imagine that! And they don't chew them, they don't tear them apart, they eat the whole thing in one piece. Wow, we've been so lucky to see this snake in the wild. Amazing. We're going to head back to the lab and learn some more about these incredible creatures. The scientific name of this snake is Morelia spilota, and that refers to the carpet snakes. They're called diamond pythons because of these little spots which dot all the way down its back. And in some individuals, they even form a little diamond shape. While we're at it, and we've got him right here, let's look at some of the little adaptations that make this a very special animal. The thing about snakes, and all snakes really, is no ears. They can't hear. What they can do is feel vibrations through the ground. So, tapping over here, he'd feel that through his belly. Look how much of his body is touching the table. You'd be able to feel that tapping very easily. The other thing that we see in these snakes is a beautiful, long, forked tongue. Now they use that forked tongue to smell the air. And as the tongue goes out, the two sides of the forked tongue flick up and down and taste the air. And that's how they can determine where a threat might be coming from. Now, while these snakes can't hear, they also have a secret weapon. And it's found along the underside of his jaw there and in the front of his nose. These are called heat sensing pits. And there's a few pits in the front of his nose. And they are for detecting differences in heat. If it's very dark and the snake is looking for a mouse, the little pits in his nose and jaw will show him where the mouse is without him having to see it. So they're able to catch things in the black of night. These snakes, they don't have venom, so they use their muscular bodies to squeeze and squeeze and squeeze until their prey item is dead. But then, another problem. If you've killed something really big, how do you eat it? Let's look at this snake. Look at his head. He's only tiny. How would he eat a little possum or a big rat? There's a secret. Feel your jawbone. It's all joined in the middle. In a snake, these two bits of the jaw are not connected. And if we look under his chin, you can see he's got this beautiful line, and that allows his two jaws to separate very, very wide. And then he's able to eat a huge prey item. It'd be like me trying to swallow a whole watermelon, or maybe a whole leg of lamb in one go. It's impossible for me, but these snakes manage to do it. How incredible. Now, when these snakes are ready to do a bit of growing, they'll come out and rub their nose on a stick or a rock, and eventually their whole skin will peel off from nose to tail, and you're left with a piece of skin that looks like this. But it is the exact skin that that snake was wearing, turned inside out. Excuse me. What a great animal. Thanks, little snake. That was great. Well, that's all for today. So we'll see you soon on our next adventure. Stay wild. Thanks for watching. Be sure to check out our other videos. And if you could, hit like and subscribe.